Welcome to New Thought Musicians Showcase, and welcome to our guests today, Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer.
Hello.
We're here.
And you two have, for a while now, been doing something known as Where the Light Gets In. And do you want to say more about that, just as a little intro to yourselves?
About the Where the Light Gets In name, or just what we've been doing for the last 10 years?
Has it been 10 years?
It's a big question. I mean, we've been on the road for about 10 years doing music and workshops and retreats and
Full time.
full time. And Where the Light Gets In is a nonprofit that we founded. And so that's the website. We operate kind of under the nonprofit of Where the Light Gets In.
Got it. Yeah. So, Bob and Shannon, would you say a little bit more about Where the Light Gets In and how that relates to the two of you and what you're doing? Because I know, Bob, you're certainly a well-known, long-time musician, well honored by Empower Music and Arts. Congratulations on that. And Shannon, you have your own specialties. You have various talents, like doing talks, for example, to accompany Bob. And you do these at Unity and CSL churches around the country, really. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say, why don't you talk about Where the Light Gets In, where the name came from, and then I'll talk maybe a little bit about what we.
Sure. The name. Most people watching this, I say most people, maybe most people, have heard that phrase, "Where the light gets in." The wound is where the light gets in. Rumi was quoted as probably the first person to say it back in the 12th century. And then Leonard Cohen, I think, said it a few times, maybe in a song or two. But it's just something that ended up in the song "No Mud, No Lotus," that the wound is where the light gets in. So, yeah, we just came up with the name, and we both became ordained ministers through the Alliance of Divine Love, which afforded us an immediate nonprofit status. So we wanted to do some work in the prisons and in places maybe that the music wouldn't get to through a normal commercial venue. So we strive to work through that nonprofit and to bring this work that we do together to to places that need the light.
Right. I did not know that about your prison work. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, well, we're still trying to build it up. It's not a slam dunk easy thing to do. You have believe it or not, there's a lot of hoops to go through, but it's part of our vision. So we are constantly striving to reach new people in different different types of places.
Hey, would you like to talk to us about your upcoming retreat in Chichen Itza? Maybe you have a few more places, just a few more openings left, because I see it's coming up in March.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We do have a few rooms left. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
So they'd go to this web page to get the information on it and register and so forth.
Lots of information. It tells you every little thing you're going to need to know. You can also reach out to us directly if you want to get on the phone, because we talk to people, we'll chat with you, message back and forth, because people might have some questions. So
yeah, as long as you don't ask us exactly what we're going to do, because we never give the theme. We've been doing retreats, the Boldly Going Nowhere retreats, for some time. I think our first one was in 2014, and last year we because we were divinely guided, I would say, to discover this beautiful retreat center near Chichen Itza. We sat in that space and looked at each other, and we just said, we need to bring people here, because it's the magic, the energy that is carried in that area, and specifically that retreat center, because of the intentions that went behind creating it. It takes you to another dimension of yourself during that experience. So we build the retreat around the spring equinox, which was one of the most sacred days for the Mayans, so that we can see the serpent could come onto the pyramid at Chichen. So that's one aspect of it. But what we end up doing is we pick a theme for the week and we build around that theme. So yes, we'll have music. Yes, we'll have breath work. Yes, we'll do ceremony. Yes, we have a Mayan shaman coming in to do sweat lodge with everybody. And ultimately, we'll always come back, and all the activities that we do will always come back to that theme. So the components are similar throughout each retreat, but the theme is a little bit different. So everybody can walk away with a different integration of themselves, I would say.
Yeah, I read about the little tree, the whole story of the trees.
Mm.
Yeah, and that was a wedding gift to you. How
Oh,
nice.
you did. You did a lot of research, Jane. You really, you really prepared yourself for this.
Oh,
That's
well, thank you.
awesome. Thank you. Yeah, the tree was awesome. It's the ceiba tree is the in the Mayan culture is the tree of life, and just there's a whole story around that tree and how special it was. And then the shaman came to our 5-year recommitment ceremony that we had just in Cozumel and gifted us the tree. So we brought it to the land, and we're going to come back and visit it at the retreat so people get to see it growing up. It's probably got to be, I don't know. This was
Hopefully
only
it's
2
10
months ago.
feet. I
Yeah,
know.
they get a lot of
It'll
rain
be
in the
it'll be
fall.
6 months.
Yeah, it will be 6 months. Yeah. So, and I have a song written that kind of incorporates it as well, called "Holy Green Tree." And yeah, so I mean, if you can imagine the folks, what you were saying about that sharing and communing in that space with the music and this and speaking and just all of that, that's kind of what we do for a week. We're doing that. Um, that we're using that tool to take people to a place in themselves that maybe they've never visited before. There's this person, I think, that's walking beside you in your life that I've heard it said that you ignore it, but they'll never forget you. And this other aspect of you. And so our desire is to boldly going nowhere, to remove all the trappings of life so you can allow yourself to experience something really magical. And the biodiversity in that forest and that jungle is, just so much higher than most people live in if you live in a suburb or a city. So just putting yourself into that ecosystem for a week is gonna reset your nervous system, on some level, and then just adding everything else on top that we do as a group.
Okay, so go to the web page and
Yep.
look for the Mexico retreat at Chichen Itza and hurry up.
Yes, get
It's
moving.
coming.
Shannon has started out when we started out. She was really on the back end of all this, creating like the systems and the lists and keeping track of where we've been and where we're headed, and you know and
Logistics.
really the background. I mean, just and I needed that because when she came into my life, we met, and I was a little bit all over the place. I was still working in another job, and so she kind of transitioned over the last 5 or 6 years out of, well, not out of that role because she's still doing it, but she's gotten training as a shamanic practitioner through several Peruvian channels and teachers. And so she has a full on coaching and healing practice with that. And then she does the public speaking in the churches, and then she sings on stage, and she co-facilitates the retreats. So really, this is a full-on partnership
Mm-hmm.
that we do together. And the music is really just sort of like the middle, the foundational. It's like the clay in the middle that we create from, but we create these beautiful things. We create a retreat in Mexico. We do lots of different types of workshops, and yeah.
All of it integrates everything that we find important, and to us, and things that we've incorporated into our life for our own healing and growth, and digging into those depths. So it's you know a lot of everything that we do includes the music. It includes breath work. It includes some shamanic references or maybe some shamanic rituals, and so we kind of, it's like our passions then from our own, you know, discovery of the light within us, right? Where the light gets in, if we want to tie it back there, our own passions for discovering self-discovery come out, in everything that we offer.
Right. And in listening to the number of songs that we'll hear today, I came away with a really strong impression that that this technique, Bob, that you have of playing and talking and singing, but playing even as Shannon is talking,
Mm-hmm.
it sort of gets the audience into sort of a trance-like state. I thought, wow, this is relaxing. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good observation, Jane. I mean, that's, you go back thousands of years, what were the Sufis doing when they were singing around the fire and chanting, and they were all being enchanted by spirit, God, source, whatever, through the song, and that was a way to bring them together. So I think we're just the modern day version of that with, you know, um, it's we're in a world that's so it's just there's a lot of stuff coming at us. There's a lot of data and information and sound bites and video clips and reels and memes, and there's just like lots of little bits and pieces of just so much that it's almost, really our brains weren't meant to take all that in. So us sort of hunched over our laptops. So we've heard a friend of ours or a colleague of ours say, isn't going to solve much just sitting over a laptop trying to solve the world's problems. So we try to bring people together in a milieu where they can just breathe a little bit deeper, breathe softer, look around the room, seeing other people out of their minds, if you will, and just really coming together in that vibration of the music and the words and the messages and the spoken word. And yeah, so we really are. We're trying to create that. We're really trying to end the trance. I think the trance is really the real life that we call staring at our computers and phones all day. I think what we do is really the opposite of that. It's really bringing people more into a natural state of not having 5,000 things in their mind, but just being all focused together and breathing together. I think that's more of a natural state, actually.
The experience.
And,
Yeah.
Matter of fact, one time we were playing in a prison, um, and what we noticed when we came out is that there was such we call it this, what we do in concert is consciousness in concert. So it's really a way to create consciousness, more just what would be the word, just a more
That sounds
vibration,
good.
more a vibrant version of consciousness, because I think it gets dulled down by life and by devices and things like that. So when we come together with the music, it's consciousness in concert, right? So we noticed that when we were in the prison, since um, those guys weren't able to have this very often. One person even said, "I haven't heard music in 17 years, live music."
Wow.
A note of music.
A
you
note of
said.
music.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we felt such a deep communion with the inmates in the prison. It was powerful. I mean, one of the more powerful concerts we've ever given and experienced with an audience. And then when we left, left and kind of went to a diner, and we just noticed the difference level of I guess
Presence.
just presence. Yeah, is the word.
Yeah.
And I looked at Shannon and I said, "Who's in the prison here? You know,
Mm.
prison here." So when you made that
Wow.
comment, it was like, you're onto something there, but it was like, and I totally get what you're saying, but it really was the opposite of what you're saying, is really bringing people out of the trance, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Transcend is transcend.
there we go. Transcend. Yeah, definitely. So the first one that I picked out is Good Words, Good Thoughts, Good Deeds, and I'm not sure that that's the title of it. Correct
That
me if
is,
I'm wrong.
that's
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
So you want to talk and tell us a little bit about this song?
Yeah. I mean, it was written from the basic tenet of Zoroastrianism, which is a really, really ancient religion, one of the oldest. And I just came across it reading I think in a book somewhere, and they started talking about Zoroastrianism and that tenet. And you know, there's in their language, in the language of that time. It's I don't have it memorized, but it's just a beautiful statement. So it translates to good words. Good words, good thoughts, good. Actually, it starts with thoughts. It's good thoughts, good words, good deeds, because everything begins with a thought, right? But I changed it to good words because it flowed off the tongue better for the song. But yeah, it's just their tenet, you know. If you have good thoughts and you use good words and you offer good deeds, you know, you're gonna have a good life and you're gonna make a difference in the world. So it's really that simple, and it's a very simple song, and I just wanted that to be the title of the album, so it became the title of the album.
Right. That's a good one. And it's almost chant-like, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're repeating the words.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Look nice and relaxed back there. We are going to just do a song to get you riled up. I'm not sure what the definition of riled up is, but this is it, right here. Good words, good thoughts, good deeds.
the power of listening to music with lyrics. Maybe you were inspired to connect some of your personal life experiences with those lyrics. Maybe you created some new imagery, just simply using the lyrics as the foundation of the magical, esoteric imagery that came through them. And maybe the lyrics became the words, the story, where you were the main character. There's a line in that song, I hold the mystery closer than I hold my beliefs. We are talking about the mystery of life today. I hold the mystery closer than I hold my beliefs. So the mystery within the experience you just had is way more important than the belief that might have limited that experience. That's important. I'm gonna say that again. The mystery within the experience that you just had is way more important than any belief that might have limited that experience. And that song was, for lack of a better way, created out of thin air. Bob always says. Not, he don't say those words exactly, but that's the common phrase. It just came out of thin air. He composed it into an arrangement that could be reproduced at will, and repeatedly he manifests that song through guitar and vocal cords. So how is it that listening to it can create an experience within ourselves that births out of thin air? Full circle. So going back to this PhD dissertation from the 50s, the transcendent unity of religions, there's a passage in here that says, we recall a passage in the Quran in which Abraham asks God to show him how he raises the dead. God answers with the question, dost thou not yet believe? Abraham answers, indeed I believe, but I ask this that my heart may be appeased. Isn't that beautiful? It is in this sense that it is, in our view, always permissible to recall truths which in themselves are quite evident, especially since the most widely known truths are often the most misunderstood. Truth. I hold the mystery closer than I hold my beliefs. Could it be that our beliefs might sometimes prevent us from recognizing and embracing the magic of a mystery that is happening to, through, around, in, and as us? Is that potential mystery what we have come to define as religion, spirituality, our own personalized understanding of religion and spirituality? Could our beliefs possibly downgrade the mystery into a mis-story? See what I did there?
Can we talk about Insignificant Somethings? This is one that I picked up that you did, and I thought, oh, that's clever.
Yeah. Well, the refrain of the song is, or the chorus is, are you everything or are you nothing? That's really the repeating line. And it came from a quote from Sri Nisargadatta, who wrote many books and was just a brilliant teacher. And he said, when I look within, I see that I'm nothing. And this is wisdom. And then when I look out, I see that I'm everything. And this is love. And between the two, my life flows. And that's what inspired that song, was just this idea that we all kind of have the same thing that pains me, pains you, is what it says in the song. And it's really that, just that we all have this, most of us have the same existential crisis. Why are we here? Where are we going when this is over? Where did we come from? What created this?
How do I love myself more?
How do I love myself
So I
more?
can love others more.
How do I let go of the past? And am I anything? Or am I everything? I mean, that really is the question. I mean, and you flow between those. Some days you feel like nothing. Some days you feel like everything. And I think it's the days that you feel both is the best days that you'll have.
Yeah. Good insights.
I
Thank
hold
you.
the mystery closer than I hold this body. Because the mystery is the deep, eternal moment that's always happening right now. And this body is just temporary. So just a little thought for the end, because we all have that similar feel, that existential crisis that we all bang up against once in a while in the middle of the night or whenever we turn on CNN. And, so this is really, kind of a play along those lines. And the song is called Insignificant Somethings. I won't lie, I love to cry. I got a raging river inside, but my mind doesn't know when to let my heart go, and my soul won't let me hide. I'm a dreamer, I'm kind of lazy, but I call my crazy crazy. I'm a wreck, I'm a holy mess, but I'm sacredly awake. And I'm not here because it's home. I'm not lost and I know I'm not alone. Because I see it in your eyes and I see it in the stars and I see it everywhere. That's the same thing that pains me. Well, it pains you. What if we are everything and we're nothing? Are we insignificant something? Are we hardly innocent, good, magnificent pieces of the one thing? And we rise and we fall, and we run and we walk and we crawl. Well, we might not have it all together, but together we have it all. And I see you in me, and me in you. And the lines get crossed and blurry and I worry and I get so confused, because we hurt from our hurt, and we fear from our words, and we love from the love that we won't drink of. It's an endless bottomless thirst, and I have found that it matters, that the past has passed. And if you're dead and let it go, and you stare down the ghost, well, the ghost stops staring back. And the same thing that pains me, well, it pains you. What if we are everything and we're nothing? Are we insignificant something? Are we hardly innocent, good, magnificent pieces of the one thing? And we rise and we fall, and we run and we walk and we crawl. Well, we might not have it all together, but together we have it all. And when you see me, you can't know. 'Cause I'm a little bit of her and him, I'm a little bit of me and you. And there are no strangers, and we're in danger of missing out on this truth. That there are stages and there are queens. There's a scene and there is the unseen. When you gaze in the mirror, will it ever get clearer? Can you wake up from this dream that there are lies before your eyes? We're all wrapped up in a disguise. Well, the truth is no proof, and it goes by many names and many languages and many fates. Stop seeking and seeing you, and be still and you know that it's true. If you don't believe that there's a man by the river with a bucket of water, so do you. same thing that pains me. Well, it pains you. But if we are everything and nothing, are we insignificant somethings? Are we hardly innocent, purely magnificent pieces of the one thing? And we rise and we fall, and we run and we walk and we crawl. Well, we might not have it all together, but together we have it all.
So, can we talk about Healed People, that song?
We could definitely talk about healed people. Yeah, that song came from, somehow I got through this large portion of my life without hearing the phrase hurt people, hurt people. And I don't know, that one just missed me. And it came into my consciousness right before I wrote this song and inspired this song. I just thought that was so powerful, that hurt people, hurt people. It's like, the bully was bullied, right? So it goes back in the lineage. And it's just a way to have more compassion, I think, with people, all people, because we can become weapons when we've been hurt. So, yeah, so there was actually a song out there called Hurt People, and I looked it up and I learned how to play it, and it was just a little heavy for me, I think, to play, and it didn't really feel right. It didn't feel like my song. Whenever I do a cover, it has to feel like maybe I would have written it. And so I stopped playing it, and I decided to just flip the script. And I said, well, if hurt people, then healed people, heal people. And so
Yeah.
just that became my mantra, and I wrote the song based on that.
And that's sort of our posy mentality too, isn't it? Our spiritual teachings to be positive and to flip things around.
Yeah, I mean, flip the script is I think it's important to sit with the darkness and to learn from it. And then, but with that one, it was just feeling very, it doesn't feel like it was helping people. It felt like people were walking out crying, and like, I felt like they were missing some of the concert just that were so just really, really affected by the song. It's very a triggering kind of thing, which again, I'm no problem with triggering people in the right circumstance, because your triggers are your tethers to your trauma, right? So, but yeah.
Every Bob Sima song has a resolution.
Yeah, and anyway, it just didn't feel like I wanted to sing the song anymore. I was very clear on it, so I wrote my own version and did a little spin. Yeah, so a little brighter version.
Yeah, great. Thank you for that.
Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love, 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 love. Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love, love, love. You want to stand up again? Come on, let's go. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. You can't turn down the darkness, can you? But you can turn up your light inside. You can't hurt away the hurt, I hate away the hate, but we can heal the divine. Come on, get ready for love, sing it. Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love, 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 love. Hands together with us. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. Sing, hurt people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. How many generations pass this on? How long have we felt this pain? How many more hearts gotta ache before we decide to break this chain? Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love, 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 love. Hurt Help people, heal people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, hurt people. Bless people, bless people. Bless people, heal people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, hurt people. Love people, love people. Love people, heal people, heal people, heal people. I can see it in the old man's eyes. I can see it in the young girl's smile. I can see it coming through the pain. It's coming right at us like a hurricane, yeah. Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love, 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 love. Hurt people, hurt people. Heal people, heal people. Hurt people, hurt people. Heal people, heal people. You can't turn down the darkness, can you? You can turn up your light inside. You can't hurt away the hurt, hate away the hate, but we can heal the divide.
Can we talk about 1,000 Cups of Tea?
Yes, we can talk about that song. One of my favorites. It's a great way to start a concert. It's came from an just an old kind of a Vedic story, a Vedic teaching that I was reading, and it said it's really about appreciation, really, and just this notion that we can so easily and so quickly start taking something for granted, right? As a morning cup of tea, it's just, oh, it's just my tea, it's my morning tea, whatever. But the phrase is, I've had 1,000 cups of tea, but not like this one, right? And it's not that there's anything special about this one. It's just that they're all special if you make them special. And so I think the idea is that when we sing that song, it really brings people into this world of appreciation and just say, well, gee, what if you did that with everything? You know, like when I'm brushing my teeth, it's like you're brushing them for the first time. That's the refrain in the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the first time. And so really the message of that song is, I heard someone say once, when you take things for granted, the things you're granted are taken.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the song really is a reminder of that, and to treat everything as sacred. Every moment is sacred. Everything is special. Celebrate until further notice, I think, is the message.
You know, 12 years later, you're just sitting in the same seat that you always sit in, and you know, you wear a path to where you go. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And it's not a judgment. We all do it. We just get stuck in patterns. So this song is just really, and this whole night could just really just be about going back to the beginning, the first time. Many of you, this is your first Bob and Shannon concert, so hopefully it'll be magical. And hopefully the second will be more magicaler. So this is a little chant, and if you feel like you know the words, just sing. And even if you don't know the words, don't worry about it, just sing. As long as something's coming out of you. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. 1,000 cups of tea, not like this one. 1,000 breaths we breathe. Come on, stay. Not like this one. 1,000 suns will rise. Not like this one. 1,000 lullabies, but not like this one. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. Come on. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the first time. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the first time. 1,000 passing smiles, not like this one. 1,000 starlit skies, but not like this one. 1,000 words to choose, but not like this one. 1,000 I love yous, but not like this one. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. Hey, with a brand new pair of eyes, so that we can finally see. A 1,000 cups of tea, 1,000 gifts received, 1,000 fields of green, 1,000 farewells will grieve, and 1,000 lives conceived, not like this one. 1,000 hands will hold, not like this one. 1,000 stories told, not like this one. 1,000 beauties to behold, not like this one. And 1,000 hearts will know, not like this one. And 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time.
Maybe you could share how we got to the Posies.
Oh,
I hadn't heard of them before until we met,
right.
and she introduced me to this whole community.
Yeah, I had been to several Posse Award weekends, if you will, and when Bob and I met in March of 2012, and I just thought, you need to be there. Like every song you write, could be in that world. And yeah, it was interesting going then with you, because I had been to 2 or 3 prior to meeting you. So it was interesting to go and witness you being nominated and also winning that award that first year that you were nominated. That was pretty special.
It was very special. It really was. It just felt like we had met this whole new community of people. And I mean, on one level, we just met them, but on one level, we kind of knew them. Like, I just didn't realize that these sort of New Thought community churches all came together for a music festival, really was what it was. So it was like nirvana. It's like, this is perfect. This is, these are all places that we'd like to connect with. So, I mean, it's just a great networking event, really. On top of just all the heartfelt connections that you have. We met so many great artists that we still, to this day, still talk to from 2012. But I just remember them calling out my name, and I was like, I was so shocked. I really was. I was just so shocked. I have no idea what I said. I just probably blabbered on about something, but Oh, it was just such a powerful thing. So we just, we felt like we'd make the tradition as much as we could, as many times as we could make it. So we always try to put songs in there because, I mean, I don't think the musicians ever lost their camaraderie. I think it's always been there. I'm not sure what I don't quite understand the format, and I don't need to, but I'm happy to submit more songs and support it any way we can because I think getting this type of music out to the world is so critical right now, and just honored and humbled and grateful to be part of it. But yeah, it's amazing. The first one was just probably just that, like, wow. I mean, wow. I didn't even know. I was speechless, and I'm
Yeah.
rarely speechless. I always have something to say, right? So
Yeah, so we're talking about the upcoming 19th Empower Music Festival, Music and Arts uh, Festival, and also known as the Posies historically. And just glancing at the chart that we'll put up shortly here, uh, we had mentioned the put a little more love in the world as one that I thought people would instantly recognize as being associated with you. And I noticed that was nominated, but it didn't win a Posse Award, although now the focus is not on winning, it's just on even being, ranked highly as a finalist in a category. Um, but let me just name a few things off here that did win. How You Made Them Feel. And I know I came across that song when I was looking at material, and I thought that's a beautiful one. Really, it's about how we treat other people. Really.
yeah, that was the first one. That was the first song that was nominated and won the first. Yeah, came from a Maya Angelou quote. I credit her with that. I just borrowed that from her. She said, "People will forget everything you do, everything you say, but they'll never forget how you made them feel." And again, I don't even know if it's about doing or um, even the words you say. And like she said, they're going to forget everything. There's a feeling that happens when you're with somebody. There's an energy that happens, and I think that's what it comes down to. It's just, are you comfortable in your skin? Do you listen to people? Um, do you give people your energy? I guess is the point.
Oh, wow.
Do you
What
inhabit?
a nice way to put it.
Yeah, I mean that's what makes sense to me. Is like because it's more nuanced than if you were kind and nice and did all the right things. Because it even says in the song, it's not about the cards that you send or the money that you lend or the standard response. It's not really about those things. It's about like showing up, like when somebody needs you, and um, just a quick little text. I'm thinking about you. Um, and again, when you're with somebody, just being fully present, and it's something I've struggled with. I can be, very distractible kind of person. So that song was such a help for me as I wrote the song, to realize that, it is your legacy. They're going to just remember that feeling they got from you. And like, like, I don't remember my mom's voice, but I just remember I felt like she always just had me. Like she always got me. She was my cheerleader, and I don't remember what she said. I remember she used to come to all my baseball games, but it's just such a long time ago, but I remember that feeling. So that's where that song came from. And it's such a, came directly from Maya Angelou, who was just that grace, that grace walking the earth. I mean, that's all I can think of when I think of her.
Yes, and thank you for describing this because it's really helpful. How you made them feel. I'm going to talk a little bit about Bob Sima's Empower Music and Arts nominations in the Posies, the Positive Inspiring Music Songwriting Awards. And it's a competition, but it's a friendly competition. And so I'll just highlight a couple of these. The most recent one at the bottom there, 2022, Raise the Vibe. That won in the social justice category. That was a winner. 2017, No Mud, No Lotus. And I'm curious now as to what that song is. So I'm certainly going to look it up. That's in the personal transformation category as a winner. The Measure, 2019, in All Music Matters category. The Looser the Grip in 2014, that also was a winner in Music That Matters category. So, Bob, what a wonderful history. What a wonderful career you've had. Bravo. Bravo. So would you talk about Put a Little More Love in the World? That's a famous song, of course. You know, it's one of, you know, if somebody has to name a song for you, that's probably the one they name first.
From us?
Am I right? I don't know.
Oh.
Do they ask for that? Yeah.
People like the song. Yeah, it came out really well on the album. I think I love the way the recording came out. Sounds almost like a U2 song. It was just big. But it came from a it's a big one. It takes a while to explain, but I mean, it came from me being in a therapeutic breathwork session with one of my teachers, and at the end, you know, I kind of released a lot and cried and screamed and did all the things that you do when you're doing emotional release work. And she was just kind of standing above me and looked down, and she goes, you know, we're all little pieces of God, and our job is to put a little more God in the world. And that just really struck me. So I went home and sat down and literally just started typing, like it was just this kind of strange, like, words just coming out. I mean, I do this a lot with most songs. I can't believe I'm writing these. Where are these words coming from? But this particular time, I really almost felt like something was moving my fingers as well.
Spirit.
I kept getting to the part, put a little more God in the world, put a little more God, and it's like it would stop. And it didn't want me to use the word God. And, you know, I wrestled with it a little bit, and I thought, well, what other word could I possibly use, you know? And the word love just instantly came through. I mean, they're the same, right? They're the same. So the song really talks just about what my thought impression of what I think God or the creator or spirit is. It's the bluest of the sea. It's the whisper through the trees. It's the serenade that drops you to your knees. So the song is really just my own channeling of it, like speaking through me and trying to communicate to the world what it is that created all of this. And there's no place that it's not, and there's no time that it stops. And there's a reason that it takes your breath away, because it gave you the breath. So anyway, it's just such an epic song for me to sing. I love the harmonies that Shannon adds. And when we do it live, a lot of times we'll do it at the end of a concert. And it's just an incredibly uplifting, you know, way to just finish off a concert.
Yeah, and thank you for saying the lyrics out loud here as you're describing it. And how you wrote that, the inspiration that just flowed through you, that is definitely, you know, whatever, spirit, love, touching you. Yes, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
It's the bluest of the sea, the whisper through the trees, the serenade that drops you to your knees. It's the sparkle of the smile, the honesty in the eye, the bravest bloom reaching for the winter's sky. It's the a home inside the house where you were born. It's in the things we can't explain, things perceived but never seen. Everywhere, everything in between. It's taming the monsters under your bed. It's fighting the wolves up in your head. It's the strange things you do when you are led. It's on the tip of your tongue, a song that's longing to be sung. It's relentless and it's only just begun. And it's calling out through you, using your heart to sing the truth. Put a little more, put a little more love in the world. And if your heart is torn in two, what you give out, it turns to you. So put a little more, put a little more love in the world. Put a little more, put a little more, put a little more, put a little more, come on, put a little more, put a little more, put a little more love in the world. And there's no place that it's not, and there's no time that it stops. There's a reason it takes your breath away, and the message is clear. It's the reason why you're here. Put a little more, put a little more love in the world. If you're the only one to believe, then stand up and set it free. Put a little more, put a little more love in the world. And if you're standing brave and strong, or just barely hanging on, put a little more, put a little more love in the world. Come on, y'all, sing it. Put a little more, 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 put a little more love in the world. Put a little more, put a little more, put a little more, put a little more love in the world.